Planes continued to take off from South Valley Municipal Airport this morning, right above the site of Saturday's horrible crash. As the wreckage continued to lay on its side, new details about what led the plane here are emerging. According to FlightAware.com, the Piper PA-32R was flying from South Valley to Page Municipal Airport in Arizona. The plane took off just after 1:37 in the afternoon. Once it reached 4,500 feet, airspeed indicated 198 miles an hour. Climbed at 4,600 feet, the airspeed took a dive to 113 miles per hour. That was the last data recorded from the aircraft.
And then out of nowhere, I see a plane, and I'm like, this is too much. Like, it was making a lot of noise, like a rumbling. And then out of nowhere, it just lost control. And
Jason Soriano was right down the street and saw the plane go down.
I just turned around, and I just saw a big black cloud. I was like, whoa, what's going on? I quickly just got on my bike, and then I saw the whole neighborhood running out.
According to a Facebook post from a flight school in North Carolina, 43-year-old Lee Wyckoff, the pilot, had just finished his instrument flight rules certification, meaning he was a pilot who was trained enough to fly on instruments alone. The post saying, in part, he put in some long hours to complete the ground and flight requirements and was able to pass. South Valley Municipal Airport was also the takeoff point for last month's deadly plane crash in American Fork Canyon. That crash killing all 4 on board.
To be honest, you're thinking about an emergency at all times.
For pilots like Abe Croney, who just flew into South Valley, crashes like this hit home.
I was getting phone calls within 5 minutes of it crashing before my fiance even knew about it, because, you know, everybody that knows I fly, of course, wants to make sure I'm safe.
Croney is an experienced pilot.
I've been flying with my dad since I was, old enough to breathe.
So we asked him what goes through his mind when he's flying.
Even when you're up at cruise altitude, 10,000, 12,000 feet in the air, you're always checking your gauges. You're always looking at areas to make sure that, if something happens, you got a place to land. We basically go through every possible scenario to make sure that something bad doesn't happen.
Despite always being prepared, accidents still happen.
Well, that's probably 75% of your training is based on emergencies. They train you for if you have an engine out, for, density altitude, flying elevation, flying mountains.
And with the aviation community being a close one, Croney says that a crash like this and others go through the minds of all who fly.
And it impacts you, for me, I feel horrible for the family and the people.
The NTSB is the one that's conducting the investigation. They have not released what they believe to be the cause yet and are still investigating what caused that plane to go down. At South Valley Municipal Airport, Spencer Joseph, Fox 13 News, Utah.